Who begin as green recruits become experienced fighters toward the end. From the grove, we move to a camp on the outskirts of a kibbutz. Throughout the trail, the actors appear in various forms, as three-dimensional sculptured figures, as shadows behind a screen, or filmed on video. They're accompanied by documentary footage and photographs. The scenes are enriched by special effects such as lighting, heat, scents, and others to create a realistic environment. Here in the desert, for instance, hot air blowers and powerful lighting contribute to the atmosphere. However, it's not our intention to create an illusion of reality. The scenery is monochromatic and stylized. The visitors, while moving through and standing in the surrounding scenery, are separated from it, as if they were turning pages in an old photo album and experiencing its atmosphere. The films are projected either directly onto the three-dimensional scenery or onto gauzes. Here in the desert, we make use of two surfaces for direct projection on both sides of the visitors. The Pלמח story is portrayed in three layers. The first layer is the three-dimensional scenery that provides background and atmosphere to the story. The second layer is human, the platoon. Here at the cave, they take the form of sculptured figures, as well as actors in a film projected on the front screen. But beyond the fictional heroes were the Pלמח volunteers themselves. They are the third layer, the documentary. They transfer from one layer to another constantly. Semi-transparent screens or gauzes in variable depths enable reality to be reflected throughout the dramatic story. Reality, the documentary material, appears in black and white, and the fictional drama is in color. Thus, a clear distinction is made between the documentary and the drama. The Pלמח was formed and was active during the very dramatic years between the Holocaust and the birth of the State of Israel. Events occurred in rapid succession, and the military operations became more and more complex. Among the many operations in which the Pלמח was involved, we focus on the battle over the Allenby Bridge on the Jordan River.
הנה המתנה שלנו. קדימה, פעל! פעל! גימון! קבוצות! צפונים קטנים אחריי! חלש, קדימה!
By the time visitors have gone through half the trail, they are familiar with the rules. Now they are personally active and involved.
Checking the shed and the stables! Bastard Jew boy.
So when some of our heroes are imprisoned in a detention camp, we also find ourselves squeezed between barbed wires. It's unclear who is standing outside the fences and who's standing behind them or us. Another high point of the trail places us on a ship carrying illegal Jewish immigrants to the future state of Israel.
פעם ידעתי, אני לא עוזב את חבל עד שאני רואה אותה בבית, בקיבוץ. לקחתי אותה ואחרי שבועיים הצטרפנו לקבוצה הראשונה שיצאה. ירדנו מהרכבת בתחנה קטנה ליד גבול אוסטריה.
We experience life below decks, share their excitement,
3 סנטימטר רוחב וזה צפוף. צפוף מאוד.
and experience all the horror of their interception by the British Navy. Toward the climax of the trail, we encounter our heroes for the last time at a coffee shop in Tel Aviv. We know them now. We've seen them loving, laughing, somber, and scared. Now on November 29, 1947, they gather to hear the vote at the UN. Will it vote for an Israeli state? However the vote turns out, our heroes are ready, and so are we. For all of us, the future is a mystery.
Afghanistan? No. Argentina? Argentina? No. Abstention? Australia? Yes.
The War of Independence marked the high point of Pלמח activities. This scene takes place in the largest, most elaborate space of the trail. It's designed like a black theater. The visitors are seated on a recreated stronghold built on a turntable, which revolves from time to time in one direction or another. Different places, events, and battles appear on the screens in rapid succession, illustrating the chaos of war surrounding us, attacking us from all directions. 3 large gauzes stretched along the edge of the turntable create a panorama on which the main story of the war is projected. Behind them, another set of gauzes is stretched to increase the depth of information and enable the intertwined projection of both the dramatic story and documentary materials. Further behind the 2 layers of screens are sculptured figures and scenes relevant to the storyline. Our heroes, the platoon members, appear on the different layers of the screen, taking part in various battles and telling us of their personal experiences during the war. As the war progresses, some members of the platoon are killed in action. 4 of the 10 youngsters with whom we started our trail never reach its end. More than 1/3 of all Pלמח members were killed during the war. A military cemetery, 1 year after the war.
אין שמיים עודמת תעמעם לאיתה על גבולות השנים. ואומה תעמוד קרועת לב, אך נושמת, לקבל את הנס האחד אין שני. אז מנגד יצאו נערה ונער, ואת עת יצעדו הם אל מול האומה. לובשי חול וחגור
These are not credits. These are the names of the Pלמח dead, the real creators of our story, the real heroes.
והשניים שוקטים יענו לה. אנחנו מגש הכסף שעליו לך ניתנה מדינת היהודים.
At the end of the trail, we find ourselves back at its beginning, the memorial hall to 1,135 Pלמח volunteers killed in the war.